All right, I'm going to be honest. What I'm about to share might sound boring at first, but it's the simple, single biggest reason I built multiple six and seven figure systems. And no, it's not marketing hacks, not viral ads, not some secret strategy I found at YouTube at 2 a.m. It's time management. Yeah, I know. You're like, seriously, Jam, time management? That's it? But hear me out. I'm not talking about waking up at 5 a.m., drinking juice, or writing affirmations in your journal. I'm talking about something way more practical and honestly way more powerful. It's about treating your time like money, tracking every hour, automating the stuff you shouldn't be doing, delegating before you burn out, and managing your schedule the same way an investor manages cash flow. Because here's the truth: if you can't manage your time, you'll never manage money. And the moment I started doing this, everything in my business changed. I started making decisions faster. I stopped wasting days on busy work, and I finally built systems that made me money even when I wasn't working. Before we get into it, do me a favor, hit that subscribe button and tap the bell, because every week I drop videos on systems, automation, and scaling your business without burning out. All right, let's jump in. Let's talk about that one habit that completely changed how I run my business. But here's the thing: you can't improve what you don't measure. Most entrepreneurs think they're productive, but if you actually looked at where your hours go, it's kind of shocking. When I first started tracking my time, I thought, yeah, I'm probably working 10 hours a day on high value stuff. Nope. Turns out about 60% of my week was being eaten by random tasks, replying to emails, managing files, fixing client decks, or putting out fires that shouldn't even exist. And when I saw it laid out like that, it hit me like a truck. I realized I wasn't running a business. My business was running for me. So I made a rule starting that day. Time tracking became a non negotiable daily habit. Every task, every call, every deep work block, I tracked it like it was money leaving my wallet. How do I do it? Number one, use a time tracking tool, not your memory. First step, use a real tool. Don't rely on your brain with lies. I use tools like Toggle Track, Clockfly, or even Notion's built-in timer. You can also use Google Calendar for this. You just hit start when you begin something and stop when you're done. At the end of the day, I pull up the report and look at the data like an investor looking at financials. How many hours went to strategy, things that actually grow the business? How many went to client work, things that pay the bills? And how many went to admin tasks, stuff I should be delegated, that should have delegated, that I should have delegated months ago? When you see it on the chart, it's brutal, it's honest. And that honesty is what helps you make better decisions. Color code your time blocks. This is number two. I also color code my time. It makes it fun and visual. Blue equals high value work. Yellow equals neutral, stuff that has to get done. Red, pure time wasting. And my rule is simple. Each week I try to turn my calendar as blue as possible, because blue means growth, blue means money making work. And when I start doing this, I notice something crazy. My busy days were actually 80% yellow and red. That is why I was tired but never progressing. Now, when I open my calendar, I can literally see my week is designed for revenue or regret. And that's the beauty of it. When you start tracking your time, it's like putting your business under an x-ray. You see exactly where the energy is going, where the money's leaking, and what needs to change immediately. Because it's never the 12-hour days that kill your growth. It's the 10-minute distractions that stack up 50 times a day. All right. Once I started tracking my time and saw where it was actually going, I made one decision that completely changed everything about my business. I started hiring VAs, virtual assistants, to handle all the stuff I shouldn't be doing. And listen, I fought this idea for years. I used to tell myself, it's fine, I'll just do it myself, it's faster. Sound familiar? Yeah, that's the biggest lie every entrepreneur tells themselves, because it might be faster in the moment, but every hour you spend doing a $10 task, you're losing an hour you could have spent doing $1,000 task, or a $10,000 task, or $100,000 task. You're not saving time, you're silently killing your growth. I started by literally writing everything down, like everything: emails, client updates, reports, lead scraping, posting content, checking analytics, scheduling calls. You'll be shocked at how many tiny things each your day. It's like when you look at your credit card statement and realize, wow, how did I spend $600 on coffee and subscription? Same concept, but with time. Number two, marked them by value. Once I had a list, I categorized everything by how much that task was actually worth. $10 tasks is admin work, $100 tasks, sales or delivery, $1,000 tasks, strategy, relationships, systems. And when you see that breakdown, you realize most of your day is eaten by $10 tasks. And that's why you're stuck doing busy work instead of building a business. Number three, hire VAs for these $10 tasks. Now, here's where it gets fun because it's way easier than people think. You don't need to hire someone full time or on day one. Start small, literally 5 hours a week. There are amazing people on sites like Online Jobs PH, Upwork, or Hire VA who specialize in exactly what you need, whether it's admin, outreach, scheduling, or data entry. When I hired my first VA, I was nervous. I thought no one's going to do this the way I do it, but that's where systems come in. I record looms, screen recordings where I'd explain exactly what I was doing step by step. Then I'd store those videos in a folder or SOP doc inside Notion or Google Drive. So if my lead VA left, I could just hire a new one, send the same video, same SOPs, and boom, training done. No long calls, no micromanaging. Number four, use simple tools to manage everything. I've once had 2 to 3 VAs. I set up a few tools to keep them organized. Time Doctor or Hubstaff tracks time, monitors screenshots, and keeps everyone accountable. ClickUp or Notion assign tasks, set deadlines, track process. Slack or Telegram, daily check-ins, quick updates, memes, good vibes, etc. That's literally my stack. You don't need 10 software subscriptions. You just need one clear process and good communication. Why does this make money? Here's the part that surprised me the most. Hiring help didn't cost me money. It made me money because now my time is spent on high impact work. Instead of 8 hours of chaos, I do 3 hours of deep focus, the kind that actually moves the business forward. I used to juggle 5 clients max. Now with systems and VAs, I can handle 20 without burning out. Same 24 hours, just leveraged differently. And that's when it hit me. You don't make money by working more. You make money by buying back your time. Once you understand that, everything changes. So if you're still trying to do everything yourself, just stop. Start small, hire one VA, offload one task, then another, then another. Before you know it, your calendar clears up and your revenue starts scaling faster than ever. Now, all right, once I had my time under control and my team in place, I hit the next wall, which is managing chaos. Because here's the truth, once you start delegating and getting clients, things get messy real fast. You've got leads coming in from 5 different platforms, messages from your team on 3 apps, and random spreadsheets trying to track everything. And I realized something. As a business owner, you can't manage what you can't see. That's when I built dashboards and it changed everything. Think of dashboards as your business command center. Instead of guessing what's happening, you see it in one glance. I started building dashboards for everything that mattered. Leads coming in, how many like yesterday, where they came from, what stage they're in, calls booked, which leads converted to appointments, revenue tracking, daily, weekly, monthly sales updates, track progress with my VAs and team, finished that day all in one place. And the best part, I automated all of it. No one on my team updates these manually ever. I connected everything to Zapier, Google Sheets, and Notion databases, so the data moves automatically. Now, every morning when I wake up, I just open one page, my CEO dashboard, and instantly know how many leads came in yesterday, what tasks were completed, and how much money hit the account. No chasing people, no guessing, just clarity. And that clarity is everything. When you can see your business in one glance, you stop reacting and start leading. Okay, first things first, you need one central hub. Right now, most entrepreneurs have data scattered everywhere. Sales in Stripe, leads in Facebook, tasks in Trello, notes in Notion, and they wonder why they're overwhelmed. You need one home base. That could be Notion, ClickUp, or Airtable, whatever feels comfortable for you. Everything you track should be live there. Metrics, reports, project statuses, clients' goals. Doesn't have to be fancy, it just has to be one place. Now, you got to automate repetitive stuff as well. This is where automation becomes your friend. Because if you're still manually copying data between tools, you're wasting time and setting yourself up for a mistake. Here's what I do. Let's say a new lead fills out a Facebook form. Boom, Zapier grabs it instantly and sends it to my CRM. Then my CRM sends that lead a welcome email. Then it pings my Slack from a message like new lead from Facebook. John Doe just opted in. And finally, that lead gets logged automatically into my Notion dashboard. So in real time, I know what's happening and no one had to lift a finger. You can do the same thing with Make. It's like Zapier, but cheaper for heavier workflows. Automation is basically the digital version of cloning yourself, except your clones don't need coffee breaks or vacation. Now, here's the part that people skip. You actually have to look at your dashboard. I spend 10 minutes every morning. That's it. Reviewing Q metrics, ask myself 3 questions: what's working, what's not, what can I delegate today? That 10-minute routine gives me more control than any 10-hour grind session ever did. Because now I'm leading with data, not emotion. And that's what being a real business owner looks like. Not doing everything yourself, not running around trying to fix things as they break, knowing in real time how your business is performing. When you have systems that report back to you automatically, you go from chaos to control. You stop guessing and you start growing. So, yeah, automation isn't about being lazy, it's about being smart. You're not just working in your business, you're finally running it like a CEO. How time management directly makes you money. So let's connect the dots. How does time management actually make you money? Because a lot of people hear time management and think, oh, great, another productivity hack, another planner, another thing to track. But this isn't about being organized for the sake of it. This is about building a structure that multiplies your output. Time management is not just a discipline thing, it's a money thing. Let me explain. When you manage your time right, a few big things start to happen. You focus more on income producing activities. When I finally got my schedule under control, I noticed that I'd been spending 80% of my time putting up fires, emailing, checking analytics, managing deliverables, but only 20% on actual money making work. When I flipped that ratio, everything changed. Instead of reacting all day, I started my mornings with one rule: do something that drives revenue before noon. Whether that was sending a proposal, creating a sales page, or building a new campaign, I made sure the first part of my day was about growth, not maintenance. And that small habit alone added tens of thousands in profit simply because I started giving my best hours to my highest value work. You handle more clients efficiently without burning out. That is number two. Before I managed my time, I could handle maybe 5 clients a month. And even then, it felt like juggling flaming swords. But once I built my systems, hired VAs, and blocked my calendar intentionally, I scaled to 15, 20 clients easily. Why? Because now I wasn't doing everything, I was managing everything. My calendar told me exactly what I had to do and when. So nothing slipped, nothing was forgotten, and no client felt ignored. Crazy part, I was working less. It's wild how much capacity opens up when when your time actually has a plan. You ever notice how the worst business decisions happen when you're rushing? You say yes to the wrong client, you overcommit, you launch something half baked. That all comes from chaos, not strategy. When your time is managed, you have space to think. And when you have space, you make sharper, smarter calls. I start taking away 30 minutes every morning just to review my dashboards, look at the numbers, and ask, what's working, what's not, what deserves my attention today. And that one simple routine helped me catch issues early before they cost me thousands, because when you slow down to think, you start steering your business, not just reacting to it. Number four, build consistency, and consistency equals predictable cash flow. Let's be real, every entrepreneur loves big wins, but when you can't build a business on random wins, you build it on consistency. That's what time management gives you. It gives you rhythm, gives you repeatable results. When you do the right things at the right times every day, you create predictable pipeline, and predictable work creates predictable income. That's the real key. It's not about doing more, it's about doing what matters consistently. So, yeah, tracking your time might sound boring on paper, but for me, it's literally what built $1 million business. Because when you master your time, you master your focus. And when you master your focus, you master your results. So here's the truth. Most people don't actually have a money problem. They have a time problem. So they don't know where the time's going. So they can't grow. They can't delegate. They can't definitely scale. Because once I made time management my number one habit, everything changed. I worked less, I earned more. And for the first time, I had freedom to build systems, freedom to create, freedom to actually think again instead of reacting all day. Let's do a quick recap because I want this to stick. Point one, I started tracking my time like I track my money. That gave me clarity. I could see exactly where my hours and opportunities were disappearing. Point two, I hired VAs and built systems. I stopped doing $10 tasks and started focusing on $1,000 tasks. That's where growth lives. Point number three, I set up automation and dashboards to control the chaos. Now I wake up, check one dashboard, and I instantly know how the business is performing. No guessing, no chasing. Point number four, I learned that time management directly makes you money. When you focus on high value work, make better decisions, and stay consistent, the income becomes predictable. That's it. That's the system. And honestly, it's not glamorous, but it's what works. Because once you take control of your time, you take control of your business. And once you take control of your business, you take control of your life. That's the real win. If this hit home for you, hit that like button. Drop a comment telling me what part of your time you're going to take control first. And don't forget to subscribe because next week I'm dropping a full video on how I automate my time tracking and team reporting. So you can literally buy back hours every single day. And hey, if you want me to personally take a look at how you're spending your time and show you where you're leaving money on the table, click the link below to book a free discovery call. No pitch, just real help. And if you need leads, we got you on that as well. Just click on our website. Manage your time like a millionaire and the money follows.